Hey guys, you'll be able to hear me now. I think yes, you are able to hear me now. Mohit Varun, sorry for the delay. There's some issue with the mic. So yeah, I think it's fixed. Yes, you can hear me now. Yeah. So I think you'll be able to see the screen as well. Yeah. So we're good to go. So how's your FPL been, guys? It was a miserable week. Some of the people triple captain and they really wasted. Varun, I do have your team ID. Considering Ali to Traore as a transfer this week, keeping Mane as it is till just one game week till he's back. Traore and Cuz then get money to upgrade Calvert-Lewin to Jimenez. It's a good consideration of a move, but I would say Mane might be out up to 3 weeks. There is no guarantee that he'll be back in 1 week. That's what Klopp has said in press, but it's going to take him time because it's a muscular issue. So maybe just transferring out in the short term could help because that's really about 2 game weeks maybe. So let's see. I am not sure when the next game week is. Yeah, it's Feb. So yeah, it could be out for 2 game weeks. So guys, any other questions you guys have? Hey Mohit, just another update that Wadi is going to play tonight most probably. So hopefully he'll not get injured again so that you can keep him in your teams. And Mane is definitely out against West Ham and Southampton, we think. Hey man, I'm sticking with Aurier because I think they would keep a clean sheet with against Norwich, and then I'll have to remove it this week. But I'm just falling short of transfers at this moment, as I had other important transfers to make. So that's the reason Aurier is in my team yet. No Mohit, we just started when you joined. This is the 3 or 4 people who are watching us right now, so it's a quite light stream. We really need to improve the live stream quality, it seems. It's a bit rendering. Are you guys on buffering mode? Like, is it buffering for you guys too? Okay, so possible replacements for Mane. Yes, that's an important question we ought to discuss today. Well, as the short term replacements, if you do not have Salah, you could go for Salah. Otherwise, you have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne or Son. I think Son is a better replacement option for Mane. If you look at his fixtures as well, they face City. It's a tough one. They face Aston Villa, then Chelsea. I think the next two out of the next three are good for him. And he's going to take penalties as well now, I think, because Eriksen is out. Eriksen has moved to Inter Milan. So I think the penalty taker for Tottenham now is going to be Hunmin Son. So I think it's a good opportunity to capture cap on him. He's just 9.9, so it should fit in your budget. Varun says my take on Madison. Varun, I'm really not impressed with Madison's the way they're playing. I might downgrade him to someone like Perez. They have a ton of fixtures anyways, so I might just move him out. But if I had to bring someone, I would downgrade him to Perez. I am on this game week. I'm planning to take out Mane. I'm planning to take out Abraham and then fill them with Aubameyang. And I think Aubameyang is a good pick. It could be a really differential pick. He's owned just by 14% if you can see in our screens. And his next fixtures are Burnley, Newcastle, Everton, Man City, West Ham, Brighton, Southampton, Norwich, Wolves. So if you give a look at his fixtures, you'll find a sea of green over there. So I think I'm gonna make that move. I'm gonna keep Madison because I don't want to waste my transfer. So that he stays in the team, but I don't think I'm gonna play him a lot. Aubameyang is on my watch list. He's the first person I'm gonna bring him in. I wanted to bring in Ings, but I think I'm have to wait because they face Liverpool this week. And for Mane, I think I might bring in Mahrez if he does not start tomorrow. Mahrez is also a good replacement, although he's marked 75% fit, but I think he'll be fine. He should play. Yes, Mohit, throwaway fixtures for Arsenal. They might just play great or just play horrible. Hi, Kiran. Kiran, I think you can keep Vardy. He's gonna play. He's fit enough to play, and Leicester might find their form back, especially if you're planning to bring in Jimenez for Vardy. Although Mane to Salah is a good move. Martinelli might not start after once Aubameyang is back. Initially had to bring a 4.4 million attacker in my team. Martinelli was on my watch list, but then I opted for Greenwood, as you can see on the screen, because I think Greenwood will start in the future and he will score goals once he starts. Yes, Kiran, Mane is confirmed out for the next two matches. Not really game weeks, but we think he'll be out for two game weeks. So yeah, Mane to Salah seems a good move. And Varun, I read your message. I don't think they've lost all the 11 matches, but Arsenal seem to have bounced back in attack and defense as well. They're not scoring a lot of goals, but they're in good positions where they can score real goals. So I think Aubameyang could be a really good pick. And also he's on penalty, so that's another advantage you get. Is Vardy starting this week? Kiran says yes. Kiran, Vardy will start this game week. He's pretty much fine and fit. He will start tonight in the EFL Cup as well. I think if not start, he'll be benched and come on as a sub. So let's see if everything goes fine. He'll be through. And Varun in the last, I don't know if 11 games, but in the last, in and about 10 games, Arsenal has always won against Burnley. So I don't think it's a bad move to bring in Aubameyang for Abraham. Especially Abraham is injured. Abraham is not going to play the next game week on this weekend. It might be too soon to bring him back to pitch. That's what Lampard said. And yes, he does have an ankle injury, so he might be off. Jack says, I triple captain Mane and I messed up. Well, a lot of people with IU with Jack. Also, as the report suggests that around 1 million people did quit FPL after game week 24. So it's okay to mess up your triple captain. If you had been on the live stream, I really didn't want to play the triple captain because I thought it might go bizarre this week. So let's see. Hopefully, if Liverpool wins again, Shrewsbury United, that's in their FA Cup round, we might see another double game week for Liverpool, and another double game week for Leicester as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll go and captain one of those players, like Vardy or Mane. Then Varun says next game week captain. I'm just confused between Salah and Aubameyang. Let's see how it goes. Might go with Salah. Yes, Mohit. What's your question? That's a strong mid, Mohit. Mohit says whom to replace Mane with. We'll definitely check that out. And Kiran says I triple captain Firmino thought differential luckily paid off. Yes, it did pay off. I initially thought of bringing in Henderson, but I thought it would be too bizarre a move. Although it would have paid off, but nevertheless, we're still going good. Hopefully, Firmino scores. I don't think Firmino will score in the next game because he'll be playing in a false nine role he usually does, and Salah will play as the attacking forward. And coming down to Mohit's question, who to replace with Mane? You could go with Madison if you don't have something, or maybe take a -4 and bring in Aubameyang. I think bringing in Aubameyang could really be helpful to increase your ranks. Other players like Martial are good if you want to bring him in, but I don't really see Manchester United winning with a lot of goals. Who will replace Mane in Liverpool? I think it will be Chamberlain or Origi who will start in this position, and then Salah will move up. So they're going to go with the 4-2-3-1, where in the mid they'll play Chamberlain, Origi, Firmino, and ahead Salah, and then they'll play Fabinho or Henderson along with Henderson and Wijnaldum in the mid. It's going to be really tough, Kiran. Let's see. Hope for the best. Eh, Mohit, I think a good replacement is Marshall or maybe Rich Madison because that's what fits in the budget easily. Or maybe Willian too, with especially with Abraham out. Mohit Rashford is out until the season. That's what the news came. He has a back injury, back fracture. So he's going to be out for the season, I think. He's not going to make it until at least April. We'll also keep proceeding with the wildcard draft as we have to make one. So I'll just remove all the players. When will Kane come back? Kane will be available only in May if he's fit. If he makes an early recovery, then maybe April end, but not before. I think Willian is a better pick than Cho, especially because he takes penalty when Jorginho is not in the team and Jorginho is prone to rotation. So I think Willian is a better pick if you are planning to. So maybe a swap with another forward and Mane that allows you to bring Willian and Aubameyang. Varun, that's a really nice question. If you ask my plan, I am going to take free hit in game week 31, as that could be a double game week as well as a blank game week for about 8 to 10 teams. So that only leaves us with 5 matches. So that's going to be a double game week as well as a blank game week. So free hit in game week 31. If we sustain with a good team, then wildcard in game week 36, as that allows us to play bench boost in game week 37, which might have up to double game weeks for almost all teams or at least 7 teams as of now. So it's a good opportunity if your team is going good, but I don't think so with all the injuries and mishappenings in my team. I might have to play wildcard before that. Mohit says Calvert Lewin or Vardy. I would go with Vardy as he's a much better player than Calvert Lewin. Also, I feel that Calvert Lewin is getting a bit lucky. So let's see, and especially Calvert Lewin's fixtures get a bit tough. If you see, the next 3 fixtures are fine, but then he faces Arsenal, Manchester, Chelsea, Liverpool, Norwich, Leicester, Tottenham, and in the next 2 they face Watford and Crystal. I find Watford and Crystal really defensively nice right now, so I don't think they're going to score a lot of goals. FPL Tips League, we could start next month if you want. We could definitely start with the league. I'll put a link in the story next time. So yeah, we could make a league. Yes, Calvert-Lewin to Jimenez in 27 is a perfect switch. Also, if you have a lot of money and if you don't own Ings, you definitely got to buy Ings in game week 26. I'll tell you why. He is also in my draft because Ings in game week 26 from game week 26 has Burnley, Aston Villa, West Ham, Newcastle, and Norwich. You can see the sea of green they have, and he's not going to be rested as suggested by his manager. So he's going to play all the games, and he's a must-have in your team. So that brings us to the first player of my wildcard draft, Danny Ings, who's an attacking player. He's 7 million. Also, there might be some fluctuation in the budget because my total team value at this moment is 93.6, as you can see. 100.6 as you can see actually, and 7 million for Ings. It was initially 102.3, but we had to face some bizarre price drops, so it's gone down to 103.6. Yes, Dixie Normus Salah will play in the next match in the double game week, which is against West Ham on Friday. So yeah, he's gonna play, and he might play as the attacker in the match in the 4-2-3-1 formation. So hopefully Salah will score and punish the Mane owners. Oisin, hi, I want to keep Vardy, but Mane is injured, so I also want to do Mane to Kevin De Bruyne and Vardy to Firmino. Can you help, Oisin? You can make that switch. Vardy has a couple of tough fixtures, so maybe for you might not want to bring Firmino in. As I said, he might play in the midfield, 4-2-3-1 in the three, just behind Salah. So I don't think he's going to score a lot of goals. So maybe you can just take the risk and not bring in Firmino and just go Mane to Kevin De Bruyne. Varun says, how do you plan to bring in Mane back if you own Aubameyang? Mane's fixtures are good until game week 35. Uh, well, if you see, I have Madison 7.6 and I have Lucas Moura 7.1. I do not really want both of them in my team, so I can just mostly I'm going to downgrade Moura to a player. I've thought of a really differential player. I'll tell you who it is. I'm going to bring him for Moura, and that is Aaron Moy. That's my differential player. If you can see on your screen, his ownership is just zero point 0.7, and if you see his fixtures, he has pretty nice, decent fixtures if you consider them. West Ham, Watford, Sheffield, Crystal Wolves, and Brighton are playing really good attacking football, I must say. So Aaron Moy could be a good differential. He's priced only at 4.8 millions. So yeah, I'm planning to go Lucas Moura to Moy. Then I could really upgrade De Bruyne to Mane if I need. Traore is a bit costly. If you see his price, he's gone really up in price, and I would really prefer Jimenez instead of Traore. Traore at the moment is 5.8. Yes, I know their fixtures from game week 27 is amazing, but I think I'm going to stick to Jimenez if I have to choose someone. Traore or Aubameyang, Kansak says, I would go with Aubameyang if I had to choose one. Oisin says, do we really have to have three Liverpool players? I think that's what he means, as the fixtures are good, but I don't have the money. Not necessarily. I think you not owning Mane would not make a difference at this moment of time. If you want to own him after his recovery, then you can bring him back. But Firmino at this moment is not necessary, and I think having a defender and a Liverpool attacker are necessary. Not all. You might not have three Liverpool players, but definitely two of them, a defender and a midfield attacker. My take on Aguero. Aguero was one of my first choices if I had to pick over Aubameyang, but the rotation risk is really high. Jesus has been playing real bad, so I think Aguero might start in the next game as well as the next one in game week 26. But I would not risk it because he might get rotated any time and you might not even get to know. So when he's benched or not, so it's a way too big risk for a 12 million player, so I might not just take it. I think Kevin De Bruyne is a much safe pick, or maybe just like a player like David Silva or Mahrez. Kant says Lewin or Willian. I would go with Willian, especially with Abraham out. Willian is a better pick. Yes, I would not say no City at all because I think City uh, will keep scoring goals and will try to win the league or stay in contention. So yeah, I think it's a good strategy to own at least one City player. I am really sorry, Mr. Sex. Maybe your name is Kunt, so I would just call you Kunt. Okay, so we'll move ahead. One of the biggest problems I'm having at this moment in the wildcard draft is the keeper choice. What do you think, guys? Which keeper should we opt for? Ryan, Pope, or Henderson? What's your pick on that? I think we want to restore Button because he's much of a safe player and he's just 3.9 million. License is Ryan. What are the takes of other people watching the stream? Well, as of now, we'll keep Ryan in the team. We'll restore him, so he's 4.8 million and Button is 3.9. So that really secures your team. If by any chance there's a rotation or injury, you might have your keeping or keepers covered. Varun says Henderson. See the fixtures. Yes, Varun. I know the fixtures. I had a chat with a couple of people on Instagram today, and they were asking me if we should keep Lundstrom or not. Well, actually, my take on Lundstrom. This is an important topic. Uh, if people are on the live stream, I would tell you that if you own Lundstrom, I might really suggest you to move to someone else, maybe O'Connell or a cheap defender. If not, at least my like the most preferred would be Baldock. That's my take. I really see that Lundstrom might get rotated a lot in the future. So the first preference would be Baldock. If you see he's played all the minutes and his fixtures are great. If you really want to go cheap, then O'Connell is a good option. He has also played almost all minutes and is a good cheap alternative. Although he has not scored or assisted, he has got one assist, but it's a good cheap option at 4.6. But I would really prefer Baldock so that you have your team secured from rotation. So that's another player that's in the draft that I've thought of. Differential pick Dubravka. He has good fixtures. Yes, he has good fixtures, but I don't really see Newcastle not conceding a lot of goals. I would really go with someone from their defense as they score a lot of goals, but their keeper does not make a lot of saves. So I would rather just keep Ryan in the team. I would prefer Ryan over Dubravka. No, Varun, we really don't have the flexibility, but I think it would be a wise move because Sheffield United could provide us with great points as they might keep a lot of clean sheets in the next 5 or 6 games. So that might just easily cover your -4 or you'll take for the player. So I think it's worth it to bring in Baldock or O'Connell for Lundstrom. Next, we have to keep Gomez. Matip is back, Lovren is back, but I don't think Lovren will start in the main team. Also, Gomez, alongside with Virgil van Dijk, has a lot of clean sheets in the last 13 or 14 matches. I think they've kept 11 clean sheets. So I think Gomez will continue to start, but if by chance he is replaced by Matip, they are the same price, so that's no worry. You can bring in Matip for Gomez anytime. Dixie Normus Ings is a great option after their match against Liverpool. So maybe in game week 25 or 26, you bring him back if you don't own him. But definitely buy him in game week 26. There's going to be a lot of goals scored by Ings after that. Okay, the next player we have to look at. I'm not really sure about Leicester keeping a lot of clean sheets. Hence, I'm really confused if he should keep Soyuncu in the team or not. But we'll have a look at the other defensive options we have. Cathcart is a good option if you see his fixtures. They're pretty decent, but they get tough over a while. So maybe if you want someone cheap and want to bench him, you can take him in your team. Moit says yes, Joe Gomez, Lovren and Matip both fit, but I think Joe Gomez might continue in the main team. Lovren won't make it to the main team, especially when Gomez and Matip both are fit. Otherwise, if we see Matip starting in the next 2 game weeks, then we might have to switch from Gomez to Matip. But that shouldn't be an issue because they're of the same price. In fact, Gomez is 5.3 and Matip is 5.2. So I don't think the price difference will matter a lot at that moment of time. I would suggest a Burnley defender, but I'm not sure if they'll keep clean sheets. But if I had to, I would choose Tarkovsky, but not in the wildcard draft. I think it's too rash to bring him suddenly. Yes, another important defender I want to bring in is from Southampton. It's it's Jack Stephens. He's priced 4.4 million. He is already involved in 3 goals and 3 assists, and he's been owned by only 2.4 people in FPL. So I think Stephens is a good option. He's really cheap, and you should bring him in. Southampton have a great run of fixtures. Have you seen? If you've seen, just like Kings. So I think Stephens is a really good differential defender pick. Kun says something in German. I don't understand that. So Kun, please type in English if you can. Vardy to Oba. If you really, I think it's a good differential move, Vardy to Oba. But if you're losing a lot of money, you can just take a risk for another game week. And then maybe if it does not go well, you can bring in Oba, especially for his home game weeks against Everton and Newcastle. Dream forward trio as I would wish. At this moment, my dream forward would include Ings for sure. I'll have to look at it would include Aguero, but I'm not sure of his starting time, so I would include Jimenez and I would go with Obama. That's the dream forward line I have as of now. There's a bit of dilemma between Vardy and Obama, but I would give Obama the edge because of his fixtures and definitely he's going to start matches. Yes, Varun, exactly. Obama, Jimenez, and Ings. So let's keep our forward trio as these three as of now. We definitely ought to have Mohamed Salah in the team. Kevin De Bruyne is another pick I would never leave out in my team. Also, if you don't want a lot of high price players, you can always downgrade Jimenez to someone like Greenwood and then get Traore in your mid. So as of now, we're gonna bring in Aaron Moy because I really think that Moy is a good differential pick in the midfield. But I can't find Moy. A lot of people are also talking about having Nathan Redmond, but I think after owning Ings, I don't think Southampton scores so many goals that you own two Southampton attacking players. Then next we would go with Ali. I think we got to keep Ali for another 2 or 3 game weeks, and let's see how it perform. Yeah, how it goes. I would prefer Lucas Moura as he's cheap and he's going to play in the attacking role, as I've said before. But as of now, we would keep Ali and try to fit in things. So we've got 15 million left, and we have to fill in 3 players. What do you think, guys? Should we bring in defense? I think maybe Marshall could be a good pick. I'm really keen to have him. Maybe Marshall or Willian. They're almost of the same price, so we could just fit them in. But that leaves me only 7.8 for the defense, so we'll have to downgrade someone from the mid. I think Greenwood and Traore are a better combination price wise that allows you to have a couple or more attacking players. Even Troy Deeney is a good player, but his fixtures do go tough after a moment of time. Yeah. Yes, tie in 3.9 non-playing, we could do that, but I like to keep the wildcard draft as wide and as wide ranged as possible because that gives people an idea of who they can buy and who's a good option and pick. So that's not necessarily limited to a couple of players. So you might want to opt some players out of this wildcard and then put in your own thoughts and change a couple of things. So that leaves us with 13.1 million in for defense. Obviously, my first priority will be Alex Arnold, and we have 5.5 million left. We could easily go with a player like Soyuncu if you want to, maybe CDB, or I would go with actually instead of Soyuncu, I would go with Holgate. Not CDB because he was rotated if you remember the last match, but I would really go with Holgate. So yeah, that brings me to 1 million remaining, and then this is the wildcard draft. We could upgrade Greenwood, and then we could upgrade Traore as well. To maybe Mount, Traore to Mount could be a good upgrade. So yeah, this is the essential wildcard draft as of now. There are a lot many changes we can think, but this is the wildcard draft I prepared on the live stream. So definitely there's a lot of upgrade possible. Okay, just 2 people watching. So we're gonna wrap this up at this moment. So this is the wildcard draft we have prepared. There are a lot of ultras worldwide says, all right. See, there are a lot of changes we can do. We can always downgrade Ali to Lucas Moura and upgrade Moy or Traore. We could downgrade Baldock to O'Connell and then use that money to upgrade Greenwood. So there are a lot of combinations. We can downgrade Aubameyang to Vardy and then upgrade Traore or Moy. So there is a lot of combination and permutations left right now. So we just keep it to this and maybe then revisit it and post it on Instagram later. Ultras worldwide. Yes, I have read about the new Villa striker, but I really don't think that new players perform well in the Premier League as soon as they get signed by big or small clubs. I would never get a -4 for him. I would not bring him in for even a free transfer. Just let's see how he plays, how he performs. If they do good, if they start playing really well, then maybe we'll consider him. But as of now, it's a no. Thanks, Varun. It was really nice to see you guys. So we'll wrap this up. This was FPL tips, and we'll see on you guys on the deadline stream. Cheers and have a good game week. Bye.